camera right for going back inside. And it's always a nightmare to try to pick my kitchenware without getting the penalty keys, you know. So I got this Kelly Clarkson concert shirt from 2005 um tour. Oh, hello.
Hey, first off, how you doing today? For the last couple of weeks, it was just wow.
I really don't know what you want me to say to that. Like I the same. Like my life is the same. Just because on Friday it, bad. Really bad. Yeah. How are you doing? How's your christening?
It's good.
That's good.
Just waiting until tomorrow. We'll be hanging out with my family for the fourth, like always.
Oh yeah, the 4th of July. Yeah. I just feel like I'm having like you
I'm
guys
listening.
right.
I'm listening.
Mhm.
Whatever.
Mhm. You guys know that like I could end up homeless. And that's like um on a day-to-day basis while that's going on, there's nothing I can do. Like about like if you think about the most major things that could affect you and you have like literally no control over. But then also I've been thinking, just my life in general, the things I wanted to do with my life, I've been flat out by abuse prevented from doing and forced to do things that I didn't want to do. And I feel like people would, anyone in that position, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who has, like, imagine you have, like, a life of poverty, and then you get pushed in to severe abuse, and you're like working essentially with some sort of like a sweatshop, but under someone else, like making you do this. And you can cry and beg and you try to have some enjoyment in your life, but it's like, okay, um, I'm gonna do this sweatshop or whatever. But like, and then imagine people like just
What?
steal. I can't hear you, sorry.
No, I cannot hear you.
Yeah, imagine people like steal, not only steal what you make, but then like put down your work, like, and I feel um like eventually if you ever come out of the worst of the abuse, at that point in your life, it's like, where are you at and what's left? Like, what skills were you even allowed to acquire? And what part of you is you? What part of life do you even have left? And what, um, like, and maybe in sometimes at the sweatshop, like, you created some little design on your shirt. Maybe people copied it, and stole it. Maybe people abused you for um because they could, because the person that abused you made it available for other people to abuse you too. And that's the thing, is you can become really like bitter about the fact that like your abuse is not even, oh, hi, Rob, is not even like, um, it's not narrow, but also, um, being, you're trying to come to terms with the depths of it, even though you've been aware. It's like a very dark cloud that you're in, and as you're trying to like work through it, um, it's not only like hard, it's all very dark, but also like imagine the abuser making you work at the sweatshop, and then because what do they have to lose? They could just make you work harder for them by going to the people that are looking to abuse you, that are looking to exploit you, that are looking to steal from you, and be like, oh, hey, look at this. You can take this from her too. And you're trying to come to terms with the abuser. And then all the people that not only were willing to go along with it, but harmed you because not because they made it able to, because not everybody like does, but your view of the world is very like scary. Anyway, I'm just thinking about like I'm trying to feel if there's a path for me not to have a new life. Like what parts of me are me? What parts of me are good? And then what kind of a future I can have, like if I'm not homeless or if I am, whatever it's going to be. And also, the people you becoming resentful too of the people that have harmed you and took advantage of that, where it's like, wait a minute, you do this to me, and like, have you been through this? No, you haven't. Have you like been through any of this? And I feel like I don't want to have like an upset view, even though it's like it's not just like deeply upsetting. It's like I've gone through and am going through some of the worst things a person could ever experience. And yet I still have to find a way with that to like accept how bad that it is and find some little corner for me left to to focus in, even though the abuse outside of me will still always be there. The world will always have people ready, willing, and wanting to like abuse you, take advantage of you. That's for anyone. And we all still just kind of have to try to like find like each other, people that are the good parts in it, because there are good parts in it. But so even though my life is like
You
not
talking
good,
about your past?
yeah, my past, my present, like my um just everything. Like, don't you ever get to a point with your life? I mean, you have a birthday coming up where you think about, am I how I am from things that have happened to me? And like, what part is like what I want?
Let me tell you something, Stella. Let me tell you something. I told my mother this a couple of times, and I told her this, even though I am 45. It took me until 38 to change my life. And I kept saying this to her. I said, even though I changed my life, where was this at when I was younger in my 20s and early 30s? Where where I was that child that she raised. Because back then, Stella, back then, Stella, I'm gonna say this right now. I was an asshole.
Yeah. Um,
I I was an asshole. And I didn't like it. But when it comes to you, Stella, and this abuse that was happening to you, since I know everything about it, those idiots that assaulted you should be in jail right now. Even though your mother passed on after the stuff you told me what she did, she should have been in jail a long time ago.
I mean, I feel like right now my focus has to be mostly small. And I don't know if you guys are like this, but like I always try to think about bigger term, longer term for everything. Like even when I was a kid, it was like, well, my only hope for anything happening is if I have enough time to make anything happen because there's nothing for me. There's nothing already for me. I wasn't born into even love, let alone like anything. Like so I feel like um it's my mindset is trying to focus like, okay, because the smaller is like the longer term, like you can have like a longer term loose like plan, but how do you get there is like each immediate thing in front of you. So it has to be anyway. So I'm trying to focus like right now. What do I want to do? I want to enjoy the night with you guys. I want to, spend some time, spend some hours like in enjoying like talking on the phone and playing games and music and everyone. And I feel like,
And really,
well, not tonight, but
I know, but on Monday to Thursday and Sunday.
yes. So, are you liking the new book? Do you have a baseball team that you're a fan of?
Cubs,
What?
Chicago Cubs.
Oh yeah, because that's where you're from.
No,
So,
I'm not from there. I just like the Cubs.
you're from Illinois.
I moved there in 1991. I was born and raised in Louisiana.
Yeah, but you lived there for a while.
91 to 2018. I wasn't born and raised in Illinois. I was born and raised in Louisiana.
Hmm.
That's a difference.
Well, your boy Travis Kelsey getting married today, supposedly. What do you think about that?
I loved it.
Yeah, I think it's nice.
Now,
Um,
what is that book called again?
uh, I forget something like magic, baseball magic, or magic, the magical game. Yeah, the magical game. That's what it's called.
Oh,
It's pretty new.
no, yeah. So, hey, it wasn't magical when they went on strike back in '93.
Yeah, why?
I know that because they didn't have a season. They were on strike.
Well, I feel like sometimes you gotta have strikes, I guess, to make progress. I mean, look what happened with the writers. Um, just a few years ago. So, and it's happened. It's not the first one. I remember like during what was it,
Hey,
20?
hey, the NFL went on strike back in the '80s, and back in 1999. The NBA had this thing called a lockout. That was sort of a strike. They only
Mm,
didn't even play most of the game because of a NBA lockout because of money.
yeah. So I hope everyone enjoys their 4th of July. I imagine they'll be
And,
letting off
and
fireworks.
you, and you too.
I mean, first of all, my state wasn't part of the original union, right? There was just like what, 13 states? So I don't know what date California became. So
There's 50 states. I don't know.
Hawaii, do they celebrate in Puerto Rico? I don't know. I mean, I guess it's a summer holiday. Anyone can celebrate it, I guess. So I got this Truth or Dare game. It's for ages 12 and up, so essentially like for 12-year-old girls. So I thought it would be good to play with you. Thing
Bring it on.
has this little spinny thing, but I can't really have you do too many dares, so. Okay, truth.
No, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel.
In which reality
And feel it sit your butt on that bed and don't you dare grab that game.
show do you secretly want to compete? Big Brother.
Not me.
You know what's so be so fun? I used to watch
What?
Big Brother like live feeds for so long. That's my summer every year. And I got Terry hooked on it. Which is I look more forward to it now that he watches it because I have somebody who talked about it. And I know Jerry tries to watch it too.
But
when you were
answer it, I didn't answer it. What reality? So I'm gonna give you my answer.
Mm-hmm.
None.
Okay, why not?
They're not for me.
Even like
The only reality show I did like was Jersey Shore.
that's not a game show like to compete. I don't think unless it became that.
What reality game show?
Yeah, it could be like The Price is Right. You wouldn't try it?
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. If I have to, I'm gonna say fan with you.
Yeah, you'd be good on that. You'd be good on, and then they'd be like, pro wrestling. Yeah, I got this. Huddle. Um, well, because I remember like I would say like on Tumblr, and they would post clips like from the live feeds and stuff. Um, that's how I got into. I mean, I used to watch the show on TV, but the live feeds I didn't get into until Tumblr, and how they would get groups of people that would like be following them and be saying like the things that they said. Like I mean, people did recaps for a while. There's obviously a lot more now, but it was the way that they would have these fans of them and supporting them and voting for them. And so I feel like if I was on it, that you guys would be watching me and be like, Stella, Stella, vote for Stella. Like, and I would talk to you guys in the live camera and be like, hey guys.
You know what I'm hearing also while I'm listening to you?
Mhm.
People popping fireworks right now.
Oh, really?
Somewhere in my neighborhood. And I'm gonna be bothering some too because this is a because I'm gonna be I'm gonna be in my mid-40s.
I know. That's very exciting. So, do you feel like you're where you thought you would be in your mid 40s?
No.
What did you think you'd be doing? Working every day 9 to 5s?
Wow.
You know what's good? It's like, you know, sometimes it's better to enjoy something later. Like everyone has, I mean, I always say, like, oh, since I was a kid, I feel like I was in a rush, like I was going to run out of time. And so I always take it to mean like I'm going to die very young. Like I have this fear that I'm not going to make it to the end of the year, that I'm not going to make it like too long. And, um, or I'm not going to make it through next year. So it's like, um, besides that, I think having things that are like ahead of you to experience, like I think a lot of people get to a point and they think, well, if everything that I've ever going to experience hasn't happened yet, then it's not going to. Or like different views on what times things should happen. Um, and I feel like with the internet and being able to see um for better or worse, often how people live their life because some people are just like totally fake. Like, I'm in a private jet, and like, okay, well, why is that like a picture of like behind you of, a pool or something? Like, I feel like the you can see how everybody is different and has different like, look at Anne Hathaway, she's pregnant right now, and I don't know how old she is, but it's what I mean is, like, some people's timeline is they might.
Who's pregnant? Who?
Oh, Anne Hathaway, just because I just saw her today. I was looking at, pictures from going to Taylor Swift's wedding. I don't think she was there, but that was where I saw one. A lot of people are there, um, that I saw so far. Um, like, I didn't even know were her friends, or maybe they're not. Maybe um, let's see. Anyway,
Yeah.
I feel like the any ideas about what your life like for myself, if someone was to ask me like in 5 years, oh, is this where you saw yourself? I mean, I'll say no, whatever it is, because like I worried I wouldn't make it. Thank God. Or um, I'll probably would say I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't make it either from being cursed, from that I had the superstition like the book that I won't, or just things were so bad that how could I have made it? So, what is the lamest movie that made you cry?
What is the lamest movie that made you cry?
Yes.
Um,
Gold Rush, is that sad?
I'm not gonna say it was one of the lamest movies, but it sort of did make me unhappy. It was over a lifetime. My movie was it was called A Girl Like Me, the Gwen Aurora story.
Mhm. I don't think I've seen that.
It's a true story though.
Yeah. Um, I mean, to me, there are moments in, like, comedies that can have, like, a lot of heart, like, at the center. I think some of those, like, can work the best. So I think of, like, Bruce Almighty, because I was just a kid and I watched and I felt sad for Jennifer Aniston. Um, the other Marvel movies, like, I've been watching lately, those can get me sad. Um, yeah, there's some moments like in Spider-Man. Oh my girl, that's not lame. That's supposed to with the bees. If you could call a psychic hotline and get your actual future told, what one thing would you want to know?
How do we steal his heart?
Or if you will in your future. Like I I feel like I'd want to know if I'm gonna make it through. Maybe and part of it feels like if I make it
I feel
and part of me feels like if I make it through, then I could have a future, whatever it is. Um, and I feel like it won't ever be just mine. It's all gonna be affected by our past, even if that wasn't in your control. Um, but not even just am I gonna make it through, but what is it gonna look like? Because then at least I could try to plan. Like, okay, am I gonna be homeless? Then let me try to plan. I know some of you guys said you go take me in. I feel like Terry would take me in too, but I don't even have a passport. And I'd be an illegal immigrant, wouldn't I? Plus you'd be in Australia. They just have me watching the cat.
oh shit. Australia. Let me tell you this. I love the country of Australia, but I would never visit there. You know why? Because my phobia is spiders, and their spiders down there are just as big as a softball.
I think it's just a whole last continent. Do they break it down by countries there?
I don't know.
A
The
house.
only two cities, the only two cities that I know of, about Australia is just Sydney and Melbourne.
Sydney, Melbourne. Are you watching any of these World Cup?
I am.
See, I don't even know this, like the
I'm,
soccer
I'm just
rules.
concentrating on. I'm just concentrating on the USA.
Yeah, I think I just like how they like. I guess they're kind of like basketball where they don't have like any protection. I mean, maybe they do. I don't know, but typically when you see like a soccer uniform, like most like
But they
little
do be listening. They do
they
be
do.
listening.
Because you know, like in football, you have like your helmet, so much protection. But
Oh no. Just because they have pads and helmets don't mean shit. Because let me tell you something, Estella. Just because you have a helmet doesn't mean you cannot get a injury. I've seen some. There was a guy named Masajo who got clothesline hard, and he was paralyzed from the neck down. Now in his career, Reggie Brown was going for a tackle. He got spiked, almost was paralyzed, but he, he didn't because of Estella. People can play football all their lives, and guess what they're gonna have? CTE. So no, they can be protected all they want, but they will
yeah,
still be injured.
that's probably one of the most violent. Hockey is probably up there. Obviously, boxing, any type of a combat,
Hardly is because they get the
wrestling.
one it is.
I mean, somebody in my school's wrestling team lost like their oxygen for a while being held down in a match. Um, and you don't really have protection there either. You just wear like male leotards. Or I guess you put something in your mouth usually, maybe your teeth.
Mouth guard, a mouthpiece. But still, let me just tell you. Not only that, they may be wearing helmets in their car, but auto racing is also a dangerous sport, especially when they crash. Especially when we lost one big um, racer back in I think 2001 or two, still in our senior.
A cup for what? For soccer? Well, I mean, yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
And
Race. I mean, but they put a new.
also still up baseball too.
But didn't Dale Earnhardt? He used to like. He was kind of. Can I say a jerk? I mean, I feel like he would. That was like known, you know. I mean, and like how you raise. Not that it's safe. I just mean.
No, Stella. What happened was during the final lap, he was trying to make a turn on, and then this happened at Daytona 500. He was trying to make a turn, and one of and that his side of this car slammed on the wall front first, and people thought that he was going to get out, but no, his injuries were so severe that went to
Yeah.
the hospital. He was pronounced dead.
Yeah. I
And,
think.
and also, what I was going to say was baseball is also injury too. Uh, when a pitcher throws a fastball at a guy, sometimes the pitcher can catch it, but sometimes the pitcher gets walloped in the head.
That's why they have a helmet, though.
No, I'm talking about the pitcher.
Oh, the pitcher, yeah. Yeah, it could be dangerous for him, but I
And
mean,
also feel too when outfielder trying to like catch the ball, whoever trying to run after, they trying to slam it to the partner.
no sport is completely safe, but I feel like if you look at the most dangerous sports, they're going to be ones that like don't have women because I feel like people don't like to see women get hurt. It's weird. I feel like even men, like, can almost think that men can be like invincible, but not women. So if they see them get hurt, they would think, oh, they're actually
Sometimes they
hurt.
do.
Oh yeah,
Y'all
I
think we have
know.
great? Y'all think we have great women at boxers? Y'all think we have great women MMA fighters? Shit, yeah. Hell
Do they get hurt
yes.
like football?
When they play in the lingerie football league, yeah.
I think any sport played in lingerie is not the equivalent danger as one's played without lingerie.
It is.
All right, if you're gonna argue that that's just as dangerous as the NFL, I feel like you're gonna have to have data points to back it up of CTE.
Any sport is except for tennis and golf.
Ugh, but I'm saying you'll have women basketball, like soccer, which is probably why I think it's less um dangerous. Um, maybe there is women MMA to a certain extent, but I don't know. I don't know enough. I feel like
Still,
it.
there has been women in MMA. It's been doing that for so many years. Go back and watch Ronda Rousey.
I mean,
Go back and
okay,
watch
fine.
Misha
You
Tate.
could say there a woman that played in the NFL that was like a kicker? Wasn't there a woman that played okay in the MLB that she actually was one of the pioneers that sued for equal rights? Was so they could play in
I
the
heard
major league.
about that.
Yeah, but these are not like the norm. Um, and so to the extent that there are female MMA fighters, it feels to me very niche. I could be wrong. It feels to me very much as like a gimmick, like when that jerk with the beverage brand tries to fight like Mike Tyson, where it's not like real, like when Mike Tyson was actually fighting, you know?
You mean Logan Paul? You
Yeah,
mean Jake Paul?
yeah, I forgot his name. Yeah.
Don't even start with me with that. I cannot believe. You know what? The, the mid the mid card fights were better than that one.
Yeah.
And one of those mid card fights was a female fight, and that was great.
Yeah.
So yeah, tell her there have been women in different. There's the WNBA, and also yes, there's been a lot of females in MMA and in boxing, and it still is.
Yeah, I'm not even arguing off against females, anyone being able to do what they want. I mean, I'd like there to be a degree of fairness, safety, like, but at the same time, I'm trying to think of how dangerous that soccer is because I don't watch it. And what I think of soccer is, oh, the little girl on Maximum Pleasure Guaranteed plays soccer. It's a little girl's game. And also grown folks. But then I think if it's also a little girl's game, and little girls don't usually play football, it's probably not the most dangerous sport. And didn't David Beckham play it till he was like 58 or something? And also, soccer players tend to seem very happy. It could be because they're foreign, so they smile a lot. But and in some of these countries, they probably kill you if you don't just like smile and be like, "Hey, is your country enslaving people?" But because they seem happier, it's probably less dangerous, is what it seems like.
Stella,
I was finishing a statement. Go ahead.
uh, actually, you want to say that? Stella, go back to the 1999 Women's World Cup. Watch that whole thing. And watch how the women's USA team won that whole damn thing with toughness
With
and
pop,
street
okay.
and everything.
Yeah, and I still think if they played and I still think if they played against the NFL, people would have words to say of what happened to those women because
How much you? Yeah, and you think that?
I think that football is more dangerous than soccer. Yeah, I think it is. It's a
Yeah,
very dangerous sport.
retire at a young age because of the things of the sport. But the people who don't want to retire is sport.
Well, sure. I'm not even criticizing the sport. I mean, if you have an aptitude for anything, I'm merely saying because females played a lot, yeah. I'm just being honest. It leads me to think it's not as dangerous. And I think that there's
Stop talking for the NFL.
if you could get everyone to stop saying one phrase forever, what would it be? And who here overuses that phrase? Oh, oh.
If there is a one phrase,
Mhm.
um, okay, here's one. Here's a phrase.
What does that mean, Terry? What does that mean? At the end of the
Phrase,
day.
phrase is when people's like, eh, sort of like a catchphrase. But if I was to say one, I would say this. If there is one catchphrase, I would say,
Nobody knows? Really?
"Gee, gee, but I really don't keep up with catchphrases."
I don't know. It means nothing, I think. Wow. Um, I wish that people kind of like had I don't know, because what I want to say is I wish people had more originality in the way that they think, they do things, and they talk, they express themselves. But at the same time, I feel like the first person to say these things was original. Like, and the people that it would incorporate it, it might not have been everyone at a certain point, and then it becomes that, and then it's like, oh, it feels like you're just saying what everyone does, and um, so how do you even know? But at the same time, um, I feel like if a word is like trendy, like um, I feel like you're more likely to be using it because it's a trend as opposed to you would have anyway. Like if you say something like, "Oh, Arthur is really cooking tonight," and he's not like making mac and cheese in the stove, craft mac and cheese. He's like saying words about sports. Okay, if you would say that not because it's trendy to say that, okay, but I'm more likely to assume you're saying it because it's trendy to say that. Because it's trendy to say that.
Yeah,
You're my husband. Get get over here. Or bring me some chicken pot pie. Wait, I've never heard that one. But you could stop using it. You know what I mean? Like if um like that's why I think it's funny whenever Terry talks, right? Because he can't help but use words from his own kind over there in the over there in the Europe nations. Where I'm like, what does that mean? What? um, so and I like that. I mean, people are themselves. I mean, you can be influenced, of course. I just mean the parts that I find the most interesting are the ones maybe that aren't. But people are we share language, it's fine.
Good day, mate.
What That's weird.
What?
I mean, I'm sure if there was a noise, like, she would have heard it, but just felt strange. Like, I don't know. I'm just like out there. I get scared. If you could cast a spell on anyone in the chat, what would you do?
If I could do what?
Cast a spell on anyone in the chat. What would you do and to whom?
Oh, that's easy.
Oh, it is.
I will cast a spell on Mr. Terry.
Oh, shit. Carrie. Are you losing your dick today?
No,
Okay.
no, I will cast a spell on him being just like Dan Housen would say, Terry, you are cursed 24 hours a day.
Cursed. Well, it keeps us dick. That's good. If I could cast a spell, let's see.
What? Is there someone out there?
No, I I heard move from the window and listen, I'm always afraid of having my house broken into. I went to see if my Ring camera would have picked it up, but I didn't see anything. But I'm always afraid, like, they didn't come today for the pool. Those people, like, they don't like me. So I get afraid if she comes back.
They don't like you. Why?
Ugh, I can't talk about like legal things, but it's like I
No, fuck the legal shit. Why don't they like you?
I can't talk about it. I don't want to talk about I got nervous for a second. I thought I heard something out there. I opened the door because if it was somewhere you stop doing that. Do not wipe your butt on the floor. Somewhere out there where she could hear better, then she could alert me. That's it.
So I'm like saying to myself, okay, the pool guy doesn't like you anymore, and I want to know is why that's
Please, please, if I don't want to talk about something, I'm telling you I'm afraid. Like, I don't want to talk about it. Just know that there's no one here. I thought might have heard something outside. I got scared. I wanted her to hear. She didn't seem to be picking up on anything. So I'm hoping there's no one here around the house. The perimeter.
didn't you used to have guns?
What is that supposed to mean? You want to go like shoot somebody? Go outside waving around pistols? I'm like Yosemite Sam.
You had guns. Remember that?
Oh my god. That's You're right, Arthur. That's a great idea. Why didn't I think of that? Genius. Thank you for reminding me. What group
See, but
of TV friends would you trade for your own and say why they are better? should, should I say Entourage because they're all rich? And I've never even seen Entourage. I think there was a guy named Turtles. Hmm.
there are so many there's a lot. But what TV show? Oh shit. There's like so many I can think of. I can't. Oh my god.
The the Dukes of Hazard. You like that show? You like
Shit, I like the rerun of that show. And even though I'm a black man, I would say, he, well, one Mr. T from the 18.
Mr. T from the I never seen that show. How many seasons was it on?
I forgot. And two,
Mr. T is Terry's name. Mr. Terry.
oh, number two, you know what? You want to say it.
Power Rangers.
No, Stella, the Incredible Hulk.
You know that they make bathrobes that are like the Power Rangers with the belt? It's like, that's cute.
You know what? Let me cross that out. You had to bring up a group. I'm gonna say this group. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Of course. Yes. And you would be Raphael. What is your worst bad habit? All my OCD habits: biting myself, biting my cheeks, biting my lips.
What is my worst bad habit? Shit. I'm gonna tell you. It's what I'm having happening for the last days. Nasty.
Masturbation? That's not nasty, that's natural.
No.
Oh.
Smarting.
Listen, if you didn't fart, you'd explode. Or burp or something. I read that. I had to look it up once. So
I know.
but thank you for sharing that. Listen, just, everybody farts. It's like the book. Wasn't that a book?
Yeah, but I don't want to do that.
I'm thinking about making that my business.
I don't want to do that.
If I could learn,
Okay.
if I can learn to fart on command. It's not disrespectful to fart on the 4th of July. You can fart on Christmas. I'm saying, like, people have businesses. I'm not saying fart in a jar, but it could be like, hey, say I'm trying to sell these shoes, on like one of the shopping apps, like Poshmarks or something, and then it's like nobody wants to buy them because it's like there's so many shoes. All right, but what if I fart on them? And like I'll feel like if we can buy it now, and like some pervert might buy it. So like I'll fart on all my stuff, like this bear, this hair bow, maybe not the flamingo. Yeah. So it's like, and I don't know if I'd list it as farted on shoes, fart shoe, like farted on by a not terribly woman, a woman with 2 nipples. I don't know what I would say, but I'm just saying, don't be embarrassed. You could turn that habit into cash. So
Oh.
into a business.
You got one more tooth to there for me before I give you the prayer and songs?
Okay, let me get a fun one. Um, what famous person's poster would you really like to have on your wall, but are too embarrassed?
One, I ain't embarrassed to put no posters on no wall because let me tell you something. When I was young, I had posters all over my wall, from sports to females to anything. But I'm not embarrassed. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm not embarrassed to put no posters on my wall.
Donald Trump?
Uh-uh.
I'm trying to think. Who would you be like? Who would you be embarrassed? Like,
I will not be embarrassed to put no posters on my wall.
all right, give me a second. How about give me one. How about naked grandma? Like the show. Like the
I know what she's talking about.
like Family Feud. But like naked Um, see, I'm thinking of names, but I don't want to be rude. You know what I mean?
Stella, I've already wanted to get female poster on my wall a long time ago, and it was Pamela Anderson.
Okay, but how about instead of Pamela Anderson, it's like, all right, give me a second. Who am I thinking of? Like naked, like the fat guy from Lost.
Hell, hell no.
You'd be embarrassed. And he's posing like George from Seinfeld.
Stella, no.
See?
Oh no.
Um, yeah, well, listen, you guys know I have my time of the month. And Thursday, yesterday was trash day. I go out to get the trash, and there's 3 of my pads with the blood, right? And you know how pads are sticky to stick on the underwear? So they're like stuck on the side of the road. On the road. One of them was stuck to the barrel. How did that happen? There was a few other things in trash, like food wrappers and like a receipt. And I had to go put my stick down pads. One of them made it all the way to the neighbors, like the curb? Yeah, the curb closer to there. And I had to
No.
unstick. What I'm saying is, you do that, and you're like not really embarrassed of things like a
Man,
picture on the wall.
I don't know nothing about this. And, I got how many guys just for a girl, but I ain't got to deal with that
You're
shit.
like, you know what though? I'm not like embarrassed to have my period. It's not, people throw dirty diapers away because and babies poop on those. I didn't. It's just my period. Why was the you bleed all over the floor? I got a tampon in right now, but at night.
But having to was remember my dementia grandfather, he had to wear diapers.
Oh, I don't forget. I think about that all the time. Exactly. And if they stuck to the side of the road, you have to pull those up. you know?
Don't get me started with that, because I was comfortable because around him because I love him because he didn't throw his dementia out on me. I was just uncomfortable when he had to go through that. I was uncomfortable. No,
Listen, one day it'll be you.
so I don't want to think about that.
You know what I want to think about? A prayer.
Yeah. Anyway, here's the prayer. Lord, tomorrow is the 4th. And this is gonna be a real week for me. I'm gonna be celebrating with my family. Still I want Stella to have a good 4th. I want her to, yeah, Lord, you heard fireworks. I want her to get fireworks. This is the 250th birthday, Lord. So let's get Stella a good 4th of July and be a good 45th birthday next Wednesday. Because I know what I'm gonna do in 24 hours. I'm gonna hold
Your
both
ass
of
in.
my
Hold your asshole tight. No farting.
shut up. I'm gonna hold my 2 little cousins,
Oh,
Derek and Ava, for the 4th.
you think we'll
Wow.
last another 250 years as a country?
I'm gonna I'm gonna pop some fireworks, eat with my family, and I'm gonna try to watch the other fireworks, and then come home, chill out, and just count down the days until I turn 45. But Lord,
I would love to have somebody. I would love someone to invite me to a cookout. I haven't had
but
burger on the grill and since I'm like a kid. Like,
yeah, yeah. But Lord, keep Stella safe and happy. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
amen. Thank you.
Now for the songs. Now this one here was just already in my head when I was just listening. Because yeah, we're celebrating the 250th
I'm excited.
uh um of the America. What is- So
I
because
didn't get on the phone though.
Stella, when it comes down to it, I live here, you live here. I know Terry doesn't live here.
She's been here.
Huh?
She's been here to America. She hasn't like because hey, they gave us our monies to the Denny's.
But also,
She supports the Denny's of America.
also, but anyway, but I know a lot of people say here there's basically Stella.
This is what she's still. I only got one to try.
Because basically Stella, the people who do live here, hey, on this happy 250th birthday of America that's gonna be tomorrow, shit, we're living in America.
No, we're living in America. Although just because you don't live in here doesn't mean you're not American. You could have been born.
Yeah. 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 Woo! It's highways. Close. You get anywhere on the transcontinental overload. This I behind the wheel. How does it feel in the no destination? There's someone on the way. You must find out who you are. Woo! Living in America. Ow! Eye to eye. Station to station. Living in America. And across the nation. Living in America. Got to have a celebration. What my soul. Oh! Thanks. That backs. In miles of criminal attack. All right. Radio. Keep on running tough. The rock and roll up. All right, Dennis. Keep you waking. What will be? But on gold. You might have to walk the bar line. You might take the hard line. Everybody's working. Overtime. Living in America. Oh. Station to station. I was James Brown, living in America.
Isn't that weird? Like you could just be born on an island. Like your parents are on vacation and you're just like, why not? Dual citizenship, right? Never come here. You're like 58 years old. And you're like, you know what? They got better nursing homes. But like, and I'm a citizen. Whereas if you come here and you're literally like the song living in America, I feel like you should be treated with just as much respect, right? Like you're you're living here, you're trying to like let anybody else have a life, you know? But them's the rules. You gotta have some rules, I guess. But um anyway, I feel like
Stella,
if Terry
Stella,
yeah.
I'm cutting you off because you just got rickrolled.
Okay.
We're no strangers to love.
Okay.
You know the rules, and so do I.
She's not listening.
Thinking wouldn't get this from
Sorry. She-
Just wanna tell you how I'm feeling. I gotta make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run away. Hurt you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell you and hurt you. We've known each other for so long. Hearts been making blood. You just try to say it. Deep down, we both know what's been going on.
She's Rick American.
Dreaming we're gonna play.
He gives British vibes.
You ask me how I'm feeling. Feel too hard to see. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna
Last play that sounds so British.
you. Never gonna make you cry.
She's English, I think. Anti-American
And hurt you.
on the 4th of July.
I'm gonna let you
He's a right coat.
I'm gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. And never gonna tell you.
That hairline is not real, though. Maybe it used to be one day. Not anymore. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't trust anyone over 60 with a widow's peak. I mean, I can trust you with, like, my life, but I don't trust your hairline. You know, take it back. Make it look a little. Anyway. He's great. He's great. But he's still British, so.
Yeah.
But, I mean, nothing wrong with that. That's America is a melting pot. Everyone coming together. And that's what makes us great. Also, the fact that for the 4th of July, Wiener Schnitzel's having a sale. Like your hot dog on a stick, corn dogs. Although in America, I think we say corn dogs. And that's what makes America great.
Hey, my mother loves corn dogs.
All right. Thank you for cheering me up. Happy 4th of July.
You too.
Love you. Good night.
Love you too. Bye. Good night.
This is good, but like half of it I poured in here and she spilled it, which is fine because she's a mutt. But it's just you get it in the coffee section of the grocery store, but they're like $4. I want you to try it. It's notes of cocoa, brown butter, and euphoria. I don't know what euphoria is supposed to taste like, but these are the ingredients. Ingredients is like I'm Teresa from the Real Fucking Housewives, but there you go. mm. I've been checking to see if we get a picture of her wedding dress. They might not release it, but I just think it'd make me happy to see her looking happy. But we'll see. Hello.
Hey, Princess.
So you take the trash out at work? You ever have any mishaps?
Yes. Hey, all kinds. Does it mean inside and outside?
I wanted to ask you, anyone here want to see the Odyssey think that's coming out soon. Are you gonna see it? You should see it with your family. I like to see movies with them sometimes.
Uh, maybe.
I'm gonna see the new Spider-Man. See, I'm waiting to see the reviews for the Odyssey. But for Spider-Man, I gotta see it. Should I take the trash out? Honey, it's your turn. Oh wait, you're not the one that said you were my husband. No, you don't. Let it fester. Who cares? YOLO. All
I
right.
know what you're talking.
What? What's the Odyssey?
Lost.
I. You mean?
I've gone out to the dumpster like 5 times in a week.
Yeah. And you have to walk up the hill, right?
Yeah, I walked through the courtyard. And the dumpster be so full, I have to like throw it on the side.
So, how's it been going with the car?
Well, I got the wheel. Well, they got the they got the they got the what you call it? Uh, I was losing my I felt like I was losing my strength trying to get that wheel so I could replace those studs.
Oh yeah, those can get. I had that happen when I had a service, and they they rotate, the tires,
Yeah.
and they couldn't do it because it was on so tight. And so I think they only did that when I had to have some tires removed when I got that flat tire and I had to replace the two in the front. Um, but they have the tools there, and this that they've gotten off tighter ones. So they have a mechanism to do it. Um,
Yeah, they got tools that I wish I was.
I wasn't doing donuts in a parking lot. I mean, I personally think that somebody did it to my car, put nails in it, while I was at the Target because I have a very obvious looking car in this area where, certain people. And
Oh
it's
yeah,
another reason I get scared.
somebody could do that just so they can.
Yeah, so now it's like always checking under when I'm anywhere, which is not very often, but it's like scary. Yep. Uh,
Um, it'll work. You know, all that.
oh yeah, maybe people will be nicer tomorrow though, in good spirits.
I hope so. It's gonna be crazy out there, bro.
Yeah. What song are you embarrassed to admit you like? Um, I mean, I like Disney songs. I tend to find myself a lot of times if like a song is in a movie, I'll be like liking it, because I have here's a fact about me. I watch everything with the captions on, except on YouTube because the captions are trash. Like, but actually sometimes that's funny because you know what? Let me tell you, I started watching this show. It's called Outlander. It was recommended to me by one of you guys. And the first episode I watched on YouTube, but I think they have it on Stars, but I think they have it also on Netflix, too. Like when I looked it up, it came up as Netflix too. If they don't have it there, they said Pluto, but that might not be. And if they don't have it that, then I would just get Stars because there's 8 seasons. There so it gives you like a lot to watch, and I think it's supposed to be like romantic. Anyway, and also she's naked on that, full ass naked for like a lot, and it's I mean it's tasteful. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm saying, but it's on YouTube on the official account, right? So if you want to see an episode, but the thing is, I had put it on, and it had captions, and she's saying things, and they're translating in the screen, and she's saying words like Google. I'm not saying Google. I should tell you, Outlander. It's based, at least from the first episode, um, so possibly the whole. I don't know. No spoilers, because I'm planning on watching this whole series. Um, she's a nurse in World War II. Like it's just ending. The war's ending, and she's seeing her husband, where they haven't really seen each other in 5 years. Um, this isn't a spoiler, but she goes back in time, and it's like 1700 something, and like how that happens. And so there wouldn't no Google. And I don't, and that's just one example. But
Try
on
to
what?
I'm kind of fresh on memory. What was
I mean,
the
I
where
no, I don't think so. I think it's sci-fi because it has time travel in the fact that she goes back in time. But I feel like otherwise, there's
look
it's
it up.
like historical fiction where there's some historical like basis. I mean, I could give you a better review when I see more episodes. I mean, that's my plan. Like, um, I'm planning on watching all of them. Um, and I don't know, the fact that somebody recommended it for me makes it feel like sweeter, when someone recommends something like and something I could share it with. So if you guys want to watch too, I only seen the first episode, so
Yeah, I'm all about
but I think
um
it's like romance, sci-fi, some history, some action, like drama. I mean, let me put it this way: if something's on for 8 seasons, people probably like it. There's usually a reason people like something. To keep a show going for that many seasons, um, that's a while. That's usually there's some quality there, and especially like in those networks. So I think it started in was it 2014? It said, or yeah, I don't know what it said, but I think that they just finished not that long ago their last season. Um, so I could offer you more when I watch more of it. This is all I have right now, but so when I watch shows, and like this one I'm going to be watching on the TV and I'll have captions. But this one I started on my phone because I went to look up where it is, and they had the first episode on YouTube because I was already on my phone. I'm like, oh, let me watch, and I couldn't take my eyes away. I wanted to keep watching it. So anyway, when they play a song on a show or a movie, and you have the words, and they put like the little musical notes, I tend to find myself singing along like a karaoke to the words anyway. And sometimes it can be like I feel embarrassed, like "Hmm, I probably shouldn't be singing. I don't know," but just be like, I'm unmoved. by your musical tactics?
What about
Um, like the score?
I
No, I mean, if you're embarrassed, it could count, sure. I mean, for the question that you're like,
um, um, never got the name of it, but it played. But it always plays in my head.
like, yeah, I know what you mean. Like, you can hear it, yeah. And it kind of makes my like,
But that different
surface. Yeah,
thing.
yeah, I think I know what you mean. Yeah, those like 60s.
Yeah.
I mean, those are fun music, though. It's like, it sounds like the waves, like, yeah.
But yeah, that uh, uh um, I just got that thing and just made me get try to make I guess get me into moving get me moving at work or something or whatever I'm doing.
I mean, I feel like that's probably a sign of like intelligence that you could recall something in your own head for your own entertainment, than just even needing to put on something if you can't have it, or have a game if you can't have like a video game playing, you know? Um, but obviously there's a benefit to all kinds of things if you could listen to, but if you
Oh,
can't.
oh, did you ever check out Spider-Man Dawn?
No, did you? I didn't
No.
know.
And try to try to get around to it, but
Yeah. See, I didn't know if it would throw off because I saw all the Tom Holland Spider-Man things, and then he has the new one coming out. So I'm trying to wait until I've seen the new one, um, because then it will kind of like close the book for a while on that. I mean, obviously he might be in Avengers Doomsday, but um, for this, for like that, I know I'm gonna see like there's a movie theater down the street. I will take myself there and get myself the popcorn and give myself a little treats for the summer. And I feel like
go out to
it's like popcorn. Um, like I'm old school. Like I got a purse. Like I got that big purse that Terry got me. Like I could put some jujubes in there, some junior mints. So I could buy them at the grocery store for that. Like um, I don't get any like discounts. So, but the popcorn, no, you can't beat that because it's like hot and popped right there. You see they put the butter right on it. Um, so Terry's like, I'm so turned on right now. Frugal snacks, discount, can't eat snuck in the bag. Listen, I'm not breaking a law here. Not to bring chewing gum. But um the I like movie popcorn. I think it's very good. Um they got the pop machine right there. Anyway, but after I watch that, I totally intend to watch Spider-Man more because like a number one, I hear it's good, which is like the most important.
Um, but, just start-
Yeah, I saw that on Netflix. I saw both. Are they bringing that back?
I'm not saying that. Saying they're going to tune in on
Oh, hmm,
all all the yeah, to
okay, that makes sense. Because I thought it was like possibly his dad, or they could, I didn't know if it would throw it off like something at the same time. But because I heard that it's good, and also because I heard they spent a lot it's Amazon it's on, a lot of money, like $270 million or something, or something like that's a lot of money. Um, and that they chose to do with this show that's apparently like very good production, artistic value, its story, like, I feel like you gotta give it a watch. I'll do it, but
they
um
got Nicolas Cage playing.
my biggest problem with shows has been I'll watch a season and I do really like it, but then I tend to forget, um, like, or I feel like I have by the next season. I feel like everyone else remembers better than me. Like the Pit season two, I feel like they remember season one better. Or like, um, especially nowadays, like there are shows like Severance where it's
Yeah,
years in between. There are shows where like there's a show out right now on Apple TV, like called like Pluribus. They had a season. I didn't watch it yet.
all
Um,
about it.
but I don't even think they started filming, even same with Severance, like the next season yet. And I'm not complaining necessarily because, sometimes things take time. It's just complaining about myself and my own memory. So I found that there's some value in if you watch something the first time enough that you want to watch the next season, like it's okay to like watch it again. Or, I bet even on YouTube they have like recaps,
I was
that
just about to say
uh,
people probably don't.
yeah, so
So, one like numbers a lot.
yeah,
All have to like across the whole.
so we're talking about Spider Noir, but it's because Spider Noir is on Amazon and that it's a show. Um, I was recalling to myself, I didn't say it out loud, but one of them I was recalling was that Amazon also has I was gonna say, what's the show with the fallout shelters? Fallout. um, yeah, and I just remember that I really liked the first season, and well, I don't know that one. Oh, mm. Well, the thing with Fallout is that I never seen season two yet because I didn't think I'd remember enough of season one, like in the lore. And it's probably not that deep. It's probably like perfectly fine to pick up. But in my mind, I think so like low of my self-esteem about things is like I probably wouldn't remember. I probably wouldn't be able to
I
follow.
understand.
Yeah. But I mean it's not anything about the show. I probably would. I just think of that of myself. And also it's probably a sign of how much good movies and shows and stuff are available to us. And that the fact that maybe in the past, if you only have like a few shows you can watch on like three-letter networks, then you could follow them easier because um there's less. But then when there's so many, uh that's a good problem to have, I guess. So um and it's not like impossibly hard, but probably especially like with me in these last years and this last year. um oh, thank you, Brian. um I think I especially think lower on myself of like, well, I like, okay, well, what show recently had a 22 episode season besides maybe The Pit?
22, 22 in one episode. Actually, that
Oh,
probably
like,
might go way back in the 90s, 80s.
well, those would have like breaks, like hiatus for a while. And yeah.
Yeah, but one episode go,
Mm.
go up to like
Mm. Yeah, that's true too. The seasons are shorter. Um, but I don't know. I mean, it's a different thing too when it's streaming in a way. Like this, like episodes aren't even the exact minutes. Like they will be that many episodes, 22, say on TV, but you time it for your commercial breaks, and that's mostly. I mean, sometimes it might run a little bit late, but for the most part,
yeah,
they got to fit in that time block and edit it. But on streaming, like look at Widow's Bay, you have like the season finale was like 45 minutes, but there were episodes that were like 27 minutes. And I think that that's a good thing. I think that that's like, because maybe sometimes they were writing one of those 22 episode series, and some of those episodes would have done better with a little more time or a little less, right? I mean, I always
I
like the
think
comfort of it, when I was a kid.
I
Like,
think they I think they think they do this. I think they're doing like the same as chapters. Some being long, some being
yeah, that seems like a little short. 15 minutes, you might as well. I put it with another one.
like maybe like yeah, maybe like somewhere in the middle of
Mm,
the season, we do a short one, and then
mm.
like maybe set you up for a longer one.
Yeah. I just feel like to have that tight parameter, I'm sure it could help sometimes to edit it down, or they don't have a free to do like it's too long. But like, um, okay, imagine if every book you read had the exact same number of pages. Like if it's a book, it has to be like 263 pages. Like, oh, well, but are you sure all the best books would have to be that many and all the worst would have to be that? Like, there'd be some variation. I mean, possibly. Ugh.
Be one word or one chapter. Uh,
Yeah. Okay. Let's do some never have I ever.
that's good.
Never have I ever pulled an all-nighter to study and then failed the test anyway. I mean, I don't know
Yeah,
about, yeah. I
all
don't
nighter. On
Yeah, that's what I was thinking is I don't know about an all-nighter because I'm thinking like when I was in school and I probably would have had to get some sleep. But what I mean is I have studied and failed, but I also believe that I have learning disabilities. And I think a lot of people do that aren't diagnosed. But also, I've heard that nowadays they've gotten out of just memorization, like for your tests, and just like study for your answers for answering a test, and that's it. To to learn, because not everybody does great the way, and honestly, that's not even how life always works either. Maybe your test at the DMV will often be like that still, but I think um I I think that studying, the amount of effort you put into studying doesn't translate to the result. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because a person's studying less doesn't mean, like, that they can't do better than someone that studied more. And I feel like the test was always like, "Oh, this must be a sign that you either, like, you didn't study, or what, or you're stupid." And sometimes it's like people will be afraid to say that, but that's why I say, it's like, "Well, you know what? Maybe I am." Like, but I did study. I did try. Like, if I didn't get it, maybe I should be like, maybe that's the teaching too, but in my home life and everything. But I feel like now I just am trying to admit, let's like, what are you gonna hit me like my mom if I don't understand something? Um, maybe, but um, so even this is like the idea of like you should be embarrassed that you studied and you still failed. But it shows that you didn't do it deliberately because you were studying. So what did you do wrong? Like, you can't just make yourself get something. You try.
I think
Yeah, that's a good point, Terry. They don't really teach how to study. I don't remember ever being taught how to study.
some of the money
Go over it.
survive
Mhm.
uh, and you study and some catch like expressing your own style of study.
Yeah, but here's an example. Like Brian says, the more you read, the better you can study. But that's the thing, right? So say like, let's see. Um, okay. The Guncle Abroad was written by Stephen Rowley. And you're reading, say the test is like books, like, and their authors, you're being asked, like, and then write a must read by AJ Harper. But say you go over this over and over, like you read it. The Guncle Abroad, Stephen Rowley. Write a must read, AJ Harper. And then you go to do the test and it's like, oh, okay, AJ Harper, they wrote the Guncle Abroad. That was them, right? Yeah. And it's like, you could have said that to yourself. You could have read it over 100 times and still get it wrong. And somebody that reads it over 3 times could get it right. And that isn't really accounted for. Like, and I think sometimes you could read it and you're in a lot of stress and it jumbles in your mind while you're studying. And so you have like 100 things to memorize and they start jumping around. Like, that's how it was when I was a kid. When I had to copy my times tables from the board and then study it. Nowadays, I probably just like print you out a sheet or something, or look it online because I copied them wrong in my tables, and I had to do it like quickly and go home. And I studied them all wrong for memorization. So the rest of my life, I had to like try to correct it in my mind, the wrong ones. So I memorized, and I still would fail compared to someone, that could have theoretically studied less and got them right. So I don't know. I mean, again,
Have you ever have you ever felt that that you 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 do a test, you're confident about it, you feel like the result changes throughout that's all wrong? That the mind was playing tricks and you know,
Um,
I don't know if you're
no, you're just bringing back memories I haven't thought of in a while. And it's you're like I'm remembering like being in like a history class, and it's like multiple choice. It's it's points from your workbook, and put into jumbled into a test format. Now they could probably put that into Chat GPT, say, and there you go. Um, and um, did I feel like I had it and I failed anyway? I mean, in the moment of doing it, I think that you kind of know, like, oh, I don't know this answer, this maybe,
yeah,
like
the thing was you look over it and then you realize she did
when you get it back with the red pen.
and it and the answer and turns out that well, turns out that you was wrong the whole time. Then you
No, I can't think of anything like that. Although, sometimes people be posting like their kids' homework or something that got corrected and the teacher is wrong. They're like, oh yeah. I could see that. No, I knew I would fail. I wasn't surprised I failed. I'd be surprised, like, oh, I got that right. That was just a guess, but okay.
1 minute I'm a so pathetic for
Yeah, what I always hated the most is that if it would seem like I wasn't paying attention. This just wasn't true. I was paying attention. I was trying. And I think that they only account for different abilities based on like, which kids are like in the high aptitude or whatever groups, which kids have parents have enough money to help them say that they get them a doctor. You don't have doctors where I come from. Like, you're poor. I mean, like, some people did, but when you're a poor kid, you don't have health insurance till you're an adult, maybe. Like, you're not getting like treated as like, oh, this child has a clear learning disability. Like my mom acknowledged later, like, yeah, you likely definitely like had a learning disability, but we couldn't do anything about that. Like, I feel like, um, yeah, it's like you have the retarded class. Like, no, like I'm trying to think of a better word. I don't want to just say like impaired because what about if you have like ADD? Is that considered a disability? But you're still not in the, you know what I mean? The class where it's like the special
that could be
education group. So you have that advanced, but what about in the middle? That's everybody. And what if it's like you are paying attention and that's the measure is your grade on whether you're trying or not. And I don't think that um I think it's cruel to kids because if you look at that mixed with a background like myself, it's just disappointment after disappointment. So I would always like I didn't like school. I mean, I liked that I could get a free breakfast and lunch. I could eat, but I didn't have, with clothes that fit in. I didn't have I knew it was weird.
Thing.
Yeah, special.
Oh, sure. Oh, everybody got the same uh clothes. Design got the society ex- expects a person to have. Although people could be more intelligent than society, uh, society thinks.
Yeah, and it's not even just that. I feel like you shouldn't be required to have super intelligence and all these chosen aspects of the current time in order to function in society. I feel like I don't think it's necessary. And as long as it's not actually necessary, like, then why do we do it to people? Because I feel like if you change a few circumstances, some people that are considered like completely disabled would be fine and thriving, if they're in like a family or if they're homeless, like depending on what like brought them there could be a degree. You change a few things in their protections and they're thriving in their own way. I feel like you can still contribute to this life to someone in some way without having to meet a standard that's not a necessary standard. It shouldn't need to be a necessary standard. There was a time where you didn't need to drive a car because it didn't exist. And if you couldn't get how to weave a basket, you know, I feel like there would be something maybe you could do and a way for you. Like, and I think,
There we go, thinking the same thing.
yeah, like, um, one thing people say is how art seems to be for the rich only. Like, art schools where people that get to have like careers in art in a way, like get the internships or be able to like study it. Or they're not having also a whole time like washing dishes and working several jobs to pay for that, like how it tends to be, where it's like, well, wait a minute, art, like being creative shouldn't just be like, it doesn't seem likely that it would only be a talent be bestowed upon rich people. Like, wouldn't it be scattered more? Wouldn't it be in other, like, where people can create art also if that's what they're good at or have. But I mean, who knows? I mean, I wonder if in other cultures it is that way and not here, like somewhere where they have more evenly distributed healthcare. I don't know, but it just feels cruel the way people are treated, myself included, that I feel like I just can't seem to get how to like fit in and be right. Like, I know like how to be a good person. I know like I care about everyone. I care about people. I care about you. And I have like morals, but I know it's not enough. In fact, in many ways in our world, the opposite is like, don't trust no one. Don't stick your neck out for people and don't help people. Don't trust people to by lending them a hand. They'll just like take you, like it feels like um my best qualities are often treated like they're negative qualities, let alone like aspirational qualities. But I remind myself that the people that do appreciate it, and I'm like I was saying to Arthur last week, I was like, oh, well, I feel like I lose if it's if it's you know what was the game theory of like, if this opponent is uh willing to do you harm and enjoy seeing you harmed, and yet they're only your opponent because you're trying to prevent them from hurting you and you don't want to see them harmed. It feels like an unfair hand. Like the rules of the game are not matched and you're better off like running and hiding. Um and that's how I feel generally like a lot of the time. But yeah, this was an interesting conversation actually. It brought in about school and a test because I haven't thought about that in a while, but I mean, I'm sure I think about it here and there, like little pieces. You'll think of your past or something, but why I couldn't get far, and I mean, maybe I could have in the right hands, but I didn't have that kind of life um, then. So um, maybe things are different now. I mean, I do like to read. I do like to think about things. I don't know if you could test me on it, but I do enjoy learning in my own way.
In my own way.
Yeah, like you. If you didn't have to work there, what if you could just take like what if you got a grant from the government to make art that you could go to school on how to make comic books, like and train with teachers that enjoy teaching that to passionate students, and you had day after day you could practice and work on it, creating it for to exhibit, and your healthcare was taken care of, and therefore like the money that you needed to live was like much less, so you didn't have to do like you could do that job in like part-time. um there would be like a whole different world, right? A whole different life, and some people like have that life kind of.
And all around.
Our teacher Glickman. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make it so sad. It's just how um I love to see what
No,
people create, you know. I love to see people get to do what they're good at or enjoy. And even if they find a way and it wasn't like their dream, like say, I still would like their life to be more enjoyable. Like for one, it's part of their health. And for two, I feel like this life is meant to be enjoyed. I think it is. I think, yes, I know that life is also about suffering. I know that we're here to also experience that, but not only that. And if your job is so much that, it does feel like it doesn't need to be that way. It doesn't, yeah. And maybe that a lot of times that could be coworkers too. That could be like a boss that's enjoys doing that. I don't know, but I can't seem to like keep a job. I've never thrived in a job. Um, yeah, for this and this is what I'm good at, but it's also like sometimes I think about people, how they view people online, like influencers or something, and they say like, "Oh, I could never," or it's like, "Oh, why?" Like, um, there's this one woman, uh, like this is really bad. Like her son died. He was 3. He drowned in the pool. Um, and they didn't have a gate up, and um, I guess she said that there might have been something where she didn't like it for aesthetics, or also she was trying to get a fence around the pool, but she was trying to get it sponsored for free. Or no, a company offered to give it to her for free, if they mentioned it on their channel. But I think she wanted like more money. Anyway, I don't want to like dump on her for. I mean, she obviously lost her child, but she's just announced that she's pregnant and she's with the guy still because the guy was apparently doing like sports betting and maybe he was like high um when the kid got in the pool because the husband was home. And anyway, she's an influencer. And um she put on her post if it's like a limited comments or not, and some people were like, I don't understand why you're an influencer and no one can comment on you, but people are not supposed to comment anyway. But and they were like, why would you keep doing this? Why would you? And I thought about myself for a minute, and I thought, well, I don't have like any other, like, essentially, if you think about like um what a person can be used to, like to you, like for me, I could say, oh, working in a hotel, that seems so intense and there's so much going on. And there's different people all the time and there's different um all the all these rooms and but for you it's like, but I this is like my life. So it's in the way that you might view somebody who's like an influencer, who's like online, like for me doing this, whatever it feels that they would feel, I don't I don't understand it totally. Because this has been my life, not just for so long, but I didn't have much before this or without this. So to me, what somebody's regular life could be, this is like that. So it doesn't it is my normal and how I understand life is to be shared and talked about. And you would be um like if to think of like Terry's job or something like you're dealing with these people and going here and there's these protests that you're going around and you're um like driving around. It's like, how would you do that? I mean, it's just Terry's life going for this country and this country, but I mean, for some people, it doesn't seem so scary and intimidating as much as others, like myself. But so for me, doing this is just life. It's like if your life was like, what was that show with Jim Carrey? Where it was like a reality show,
Truman.
The Truman Show. To him, well, before he knew that this was being filmed, that whole weird life was his life. Like your mom, of course, says like corn pops. Like that's how your mom talks to you. And um, so it's like, yes, I'm aware that other people live different, but I haven't lived that way like in forever or held a job outside of like a Jack in the Box, which might seem again weird to people if they haven't been their life. So I don't know. It just that's how I could explain it is why someone would still do something, even if it seems like there's not really a benefit to them in it, the same as I don't have their perspective because I can't, because I can only have my own perspective. And it's that this is what's normal. Me? Really? Oh, you're saying that. At what age will I no longer have a sound mind? Not that it is sound right now. Did you see the pictures of Dick Van Dyke out today? He's 100 years old. He's walking. He has a walker, but he's walking around with his wife. Um,
I was met today. I think last time I saw him, he was like 90 something.
but I just mean like, um,
I might have seen him walking out.
you know, I said to my sister once, like, about like medication for like I was saying how I feel like I would need anxiety medication. Like I think I said to her to imagine like a scenario where somebody's like in a violently abusive life, a violently abusive situation, and they need to get out of that with, and um I'm like, well, they would you give them like anti-anxiety medication or something like would you give them something for an illness like that, even though wouldn't it be normal to be anxious in that situation because you're the most at risk for murder when you're leaving an abusive relationship is when you're most likely to be killed. Like, that seems rational to be anxious about it, not something to just be, like, turned off, but, like and she said, "Well, or say, like, you're having a lot of anxiety about, like, applying for a job, and you're having to apply and apply for jobs because 'cause you're unemployed, and this is really this is overwhelming, this is scary, and you think, 'Well, maybe I shouldn't be. You should just be able to do this, and maybe in the job I wouldn't feel this way.'" Then I said and I think that she was saying this was a while ago, so I'm trying to, like, revisit it in my mind, but it was kind of like, well, if you are in the situation that you need it, then you do have the disability, like, then you do have the illness for that moment, like and then it kind of like I hear people say that about, like, ADD and stuff, how, like, "Oh, well, on the weekends, I don't need to be medicated." But, like, they need to for their job. So they're disabled for the job, but they're not, like, disabled for, you know, life, in, um, other ways. And so what like, I feel like when you say sound mind, it's kind of like it can be sound enough depending on the parameters of your life. Where, yeah, if you wanted to, like I was gonna say run for president, but some people would argue the last couple, who knows? But if you wanted to become, like, the CEO of Apple or something, maybe the parameters, like, right, that you need or things that you need to be, you know, uh, hitting on all cylinders and that you can't, then it's like, okay, my mind is not able for that. But I think in a lot of ways we can make our life where it's very doable. And recognize it doesn't need to be that for a lot of people. So you could get to a point where you can no longer drive a car, and it's like that's actually not that big a deal. Or you could get to the point where um you can't even, like, see that well. Sometimes your thoughts get confused. And I don't think that we need to think like, oh my God, that's the end of the world. I mean,
Uh, what you mean, what, what, what your,
to MMA and hockey.
what you want to do with your, thought.
What'd you say? I'm wondering if he's watching from the beginning and not listening now.
I was saying, what you want to do with your thoughts. Yeah, I feel it's no big, some people feel it's no big deal, but people that have dreams of doing what they like and not having that thought process anymore,
Mm.
or that, it feels like,
What's that?
like your, oh, look, people are.
Yeah, I mean, who's to say about the future? Like, I throw it out there. Oh, we'll be around 250 years. We're not going to be around in 250 years. I mean, we can't speculate, but, like, I mean, um, we could have been hit by a meteor, you know, 100 years earlier than the 250 years, and we still won't be around to see it. I think, uh, I think, that there we don't know to say, like, oh, this could happen or this could happen. There's always going to be things like to be afraid of because there's always like going to be uncertainty in life. There's there's never going to be this like obviously we try to have as much as like we could safely have, but it's just ultimately, I mean, if that was true, there wouldn't be such a thing as was like gambling sites, right? Because we'd all know what was going to happen. But not only is it like that for what are they gambling on nowadays? The weather, soccer games. In our own life, we don't know. Baseball. We gotta have the superstitions now, right?
I'm just trying to reach that goal and taking forever.
That you're trying to reach the
Definitely.
goal and you don't know if you can do it.
Well, like you're saying, you're losing. Like when you when I thought you was like saying as you get older, you lose um everything you used to know or do.
I mean, you can. Like,
And
I was looking at a
that's
book the
that's
other
the case.
day and it's called, what is it called? Left something. It's some name, but essentially a woman gets, it's a novel. It's, you know, the character has a brain, maybe an accident, and loses like half side of her brain and has to like try to like she had like a very busy life and then I guess learns to focus on like enjoying the little things and what matters. And but I had this fear. It hit me like I think I have a secretly have a fear like if I had my brain operated on, and what if I couldn't remember, this is going to sound weird, but like who I am now. Like what if who I am now becomes a stranger? And isn't that a scary thought? Because who we are now is like we tether ourselves to for tomorrow. But if my in some tomorrow I can't remember like that the me now wouldn't want, I was gonna say a picture of their butthole out there, but I mean obviously look what I do. But like a picture of me now wouldn't want or say what this person says. But with the brain injury now I'm saying it, I'm because it feels like it's not me. I like part of me just like it's like some evil twin or something, or even a better twin, who knows, takes over and takes my life. And they're like controlling it like it's obsession, which I haven't seen, but that's how it seems. Like in the trailers or whatever. Like some part of me is there inside and something else is like
Are you
controlling.
talking about like a split personality?
Yeah. What if it felt like that, And but then I think um we're always changing, and maybe the me tomorrow could say something that the me in the past doesn't agree with, but it's still me. We're just always learning, and we're always you know
Yeah.
I sometimes think, well, if someone was to make an AI of my voice, and or an AI of me reading in my style, then they would have to like interject and say things somewhat about their day or what they're watching at the time. So I feel like they couldn't totally do that. But also the way that they're interpreting the book would be colored by like, is it Stella from 10 years ago or 10 years in the future that's reading it? Because Stella in 10 years in the future, I hopefully has like more insight to offer and more things that she's experienced for her commentary on like and more it's a different AI bot than the one today or yesterday. So in a way, whoever we are in 10 years or 1 year or whatever isn't um it's not a brain surgery, but you have to kind of accept that who we're going to become, they have the choice of what they do. uh it's us, but it's um again part of the uncertainty. We don't know what's going to happen to us that could alter how we feel about something, I guess. Yeah, just from life, from
One changes.
uh, yeah, whoever is me 10 years from now, like maybe they don't like the president. It's not because they're a woman, but or because they're a little person. But you know what I mean? It's like, what? I didn't know that. We had our first little person president. Like, but whatever happens that we share in the world is like would be then.
Point, point, I anything from the last uh, growing up.
Yeah. Well, Hey. Try- Stop it.
Mini me.
Mini me. You complete me. I think a lot of us fear what could happen to us. A lot of people fear getting an accident. Sometimes I think, oh my God, what if I just could have just slipped on the dog and cracked my head open and maybe that surgery, or like there's
Oh God, you know what? Today I was kind of thinking about the way I after because today I did like food shipments to for the kitchen and stuff, and I picked up like a big box and got like caught in the it was clutter of boxes, and I bumped into I was kind of like did some bumping and
yeah,
kind of and I kind of like
the knees,
held the box a certain way, and
the back.
it kind of made my neck
Mm.
it made my
Oh yeah,
neck
the here.
kind of twist almost.
Yeah.
So I was like thinking the littlest thing could like I got like 100 ways of dying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That sounds better in my head. Like,
No, I know, I see what you're saying. There really is an element of danger in every single job. Like in every single life, there's an element of danger. We just try
I
not to
kind of
think about it.
caught myself at I felt like I almost could have snapped my neck in a weird way. Yeah.
Yeah, what was his name, John? Uh, Vern something, right? It was like a unusual name. Vern seems like an actor name. But hey, the guy from Game of Thrones, he's still kicking. He was in the Avenger movie, right? Where they took his hand.
Yeah, he was
Both of them, maybe.
the guy that studied, the guy that was studying Newton's man.
Yeah, Vern
And
Troyer.
yeah,
But you know what I mean. Well, you know what? All the danger in the world, we're still here. We're still kicking. Am I doing
yeah.
well? No. Yeah. Um.
I'm,
So I feel like
I'm still carrying hope for
I have kind of a plan for tomorrow. Uh, for date night. Was thinking about what I want to do, what I feel would be just to be like, Stella, what would you want that would feel good that you wanted? And so I am looking forward to it. I know the last one was very emotional, but I'm trying to like I said, think about myself and what is like, I don't know how many people out there have like introspective you can get at different points, but to me it's like, um I don't know, I'm sort of, that's just part of it, is like what makes me feel good about myself, and what do I need to feel good about myself. And I think especially right now, like where I was talking about how the whole world seems to be so like negative about everything, um it's hard to not feel negative
everybody,
about yourself. But
everybody thinking too fast and then being literate enough or whatever. Like,
or if you shut out the voices of it, what would you feel? What would you want? What would you like, you know? Um, and I think, yeah, finding myself. Was I've been to paradise, but I've never been to me. Like, feel it.
uh,
All right, feel it. I gotta let her out, but I'll see you tomorrow. And
uh, I'll be there for you on day night.
Yeah, that's true. It is the 4th of July. Hmm.
Well, I ain't gotta do much but go to work and then come home.
Yeah, it'll be late when I come on for most people. Except
Yeah.
there'll be fireworks. It'll be fun. All right. I love you.
Love you too.
Guys.
I love you too.